What is up, everybody? Little lag getting started there, but we're in the pit. It's Josh the Mosh. What's happening? Let's get the show rolling. Numero dos, what is happening, my man?
How's it going, everybody? My name is Numero Dos. For those of you that might not know me, which is none of you so far, usually we don't get people tuning in that don't know us till midway through, but
Yeah.
welcome.
What up, JoJo? How things, man? How's your week?
Man, it is a crazy week. As we all know, PPW is coming up. I had some arrangements made out to be able to try and work some extra time out there, and then unfortunately I ended up having to work till 7 tomorrow night, so I won't be able to be able to Kingsville till Saturday. But that's the whole point. That's everything we've been working towards is Charlie's birthday, man. Like this is what it's all come down to. It's been several months in the making since last PPW show.
January 23rd.
Ready, man. Like I feel like if Saturday doesn't get here any quicker, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Now, welcome to my world.
I know you've been working hard, Josh. How are things going in your neck of the woods?
Man, I always want to be a promoter. I always want to be a promoter until you become a promoter. And then it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, was this the right choice? But then when you get there, this is how it was last time. Like January 22nd, January 21st, I was like, man, should I even be doing this? Like, it's just so much. It's like it's way more than anyone realizes. Everyone that says that is underselling it. Like, it's crazy. Because it's just like, you don't even want to get messages because like there's another cancellation and then maybe this and this, and everybody is just a lot of plates in the air, you know what I mean? But then January 23rd comes and that music hits and the show goes and finishes, and it's just like, yeah, no, it's worth it all. So I'm hoping that's how it'll be Saturday. Right now, I'm in the other mode of just like nothing else changed and we're good. But yeah, excited.
Man, I think the card and there's so much too about the card that we don't know. Like we know we've got the Militia Melee match, in which we still have multiple people in that match that we don't know about. There's a lot in question with this show. Like Charlie's birthday has the potential to be one of the biggest shows of the year. We've been talking about that since January. So I gotta ask you, Josh. I'm taking a few minutes to do the intro segment since we don't have a segment here right now. What's your most anticipated segment, Josh?
For the show, for the
anticipated match for the show.
I mean, I'm kind of looking forward to my opening match. It's for the South Texas WrestleFest Championship with ASF versus J Serious. To be honest with you, I mean, I know you're not a fan. I know that it hits you a little low below.
I love ASF and J Serious as a wrestler. Like J Serious is talented, but J Serious is a guy that I have to boo. So that's just where it goes.
Okay, well that's your job Saturday.
And I hate that because it is what it is. But you gotta boo J Serious because I'm not really about it. I would love to see like ASF's coming off that huge match that he had with Alex Arsenal, and J Serious had his tag match as well at the last show. So it's been a good PPW entrance for those two to sort of see that match. I can see why you're excited about it.
Yep, and I just wanted like. You mentioned that Jay was in a tag match, and I just wanted people to know that he's, a great singles wrestler too, and he's going to show it against ASF. I'm sure that I just think that match is going to be great, and it's going to be the show opener. It's going to open the show.
A great match.
They're going to set the tone for the whole night. So,
and Jay Serious is coming off a big year so far as well. Like Jay Serious just recently won the Texas Grand Prix.
Yeah, he did.
Jay Serious is going hard, man.
Yeah, and like I said, it's for the South Texas WrestleFest Championship, and ASF is the first ever, and there was a lot of people up for that one, and so him being that. And I did notice here too, Ryan pointed out Maddie, I don't know, y'all been following her on Twitter. We've been going, I can't say we've been going back and forth because I don't go back and forth because I'm in charge. She's in charge, but I'm in charge. That's why you see the eyes respond, because it's like, say whatever you want, you're doing an open challenge. She's finally came around officially and said she is actually going to show up, and has kind of threatened that, hope we can handle it. So that's going to be, I'm kind of interested to see how that turns out, because an open challenge, you never know what's going to happen. And then especially with Miss Reality.
Now, Maddie's coming off a huge victory off off the previous PPW show. She's supposed to be going up against Vert, and she finds out that there's nobody, that Vert has to pull out. Now it's just an open contendership. Maddie's upset about this. This for me, hey, this you took the words right out of my mouth, Mel. I was really leading to the fact that it's personal. It's personal with Maddie because we all love Maddie as the PPW champion. But we also know that there's just a blood feud right now between our AEW specialist, Mel, and Maddie. I know some of you guys have been watching us weekly and saw the drama at the last PPW show where Maddie just snuffed her with her jacket. But I'm kind of hoping that Mel steps up and answers Maddie's challenge, quite frankly. I think Mel could probably just – I don't think that she would win, but I think, Maddie might know she was in a fight,
Yeah, and I mean, she's our AEW expert, but she's also the exclusive only photographer. Like, she's the PPW photographer. So she's there. She's going to be there. Like, there's no, is Mel going to be there? No, Mel's going to be there. She's the official photographer for PPW. So she's going to be there if in the match or not. Like, she's going to be at the ring. That's where she's going to be easy to find.
She wants hazard pay, and I think that that's something that you really just have to discuss with the champion. I think that if you believe in yourself, Mel, and you get in there and you can fight, do you need hazard pay?
Right.
Just be confident. Trust yourself.
I mean, she'll get that bump if she becomes the PPW Women's Champion. Get that champ pay.
Well, we all know that our deathmatch specialist was the unofficial first ever PPW champion. Chandler Hopkins is the official PPW first ever. Shots
fired.
Man, you know what? I dare you to say that to her face, Mel. When she walks by, when she comes out Saturday, just tell her that. So, Josh, my last question is, man, as the promoter, which match has you biting your nails the most?
I mean, the main event. Besides I'm nervous about what Maddie's going to do, but I think we'll be able to handle it. But Barrett Brown is no joke. Barrett Brown is no joke.
This feels like a match made in the Matrix almost. Like, these two guys are like pound for pound some of the best wrestlers in Texas, and they're both aerial. They both have good technical background, quick, hungry. Chandler Hopkins is the new PPW champion. He's been representing well. Barrett Brown's trying to make a name for himself in South Texas region right now. Again, get a title, remind people who he is. This one could literally burn the building down. Yep,
and Barrett Brown is I think junior NWA champion. In New Japan, active in New Japan right now.
Strong.
New Japan strong. There. Yeah, so he's no slouch. He's more than just Texas, and he's just trying to remind people. He's coming down with a point to prove. He's from Texas, so he's going to remind people, where he's from. So I think that's going to be. It's going to be great. The melee match is just the one that you say trimming my nails. When you get 8 people involved to crown a new champ with a new title on the line, it's called the Mas Chingon Championship. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? And we've been talking about, and we need to drop some news here since we're talking about it real quick. There has been a change in the card. We had a cancellation due to unforeseeable circumstances, which PPW totally expects the reasons. That talent had to cancel, but Ruben will no longer be facing Remedy in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Remedy will had something very good reason to pull out, and we'll just leave it at that. So Ruben is slightly upset about it.
I talked with Ruben today. When I found this news out, I figured I should get the scoop. I asked Ruben, I said, "What's up, man?" And he said, "I don't know who comes in, but they are not in a good position."
They're in trouble because someone's going to step up and take that spot, and Ruben's not happy that it's not Remedy. So that one, I think that's more than I think. I've called for I've been calling medics. I've been calling ambulance to make sure things are on standby for that because. Yeah.
The thing about it is when you prepare to fight the biggest guy in the village, does anybody else seem like they have a shot? You know, like Ruben's been preparing for a couple of months now to fight Remedy in a Falls Count Anywhere street fight type of situation. Like Ruben has to come into that fight knowing that we've seen Remedy pick up a table. You know, like we've seen Remedy throw chairs,
punch through a door.
Like Remedy is insane, and Ruben has prepped for that. And not only that, Ruben's been working up north with ICW. Like I say up north, ICW is based up north, but he's been working out of Florida with them. Yeah. Just killing the game. If you didn't watch Ruben in the collective, are you really a Texas wrestling fan? You might not watch Deathmatch, but Ruben killed it. And he's been prepping for the biggest guy that he can find. Anybody else you bring in is going to be smaller than Remedy. So they're going to have to be crazy.
It could be me, and I'm smaller than Remedy, and I'm pretty damn big.
I don't think it's you.
It's not me. I was just saying size-wise example. A person my size would still be smaller than Remedy. It's not me.
You should put him. You should put Paul Moody in there.
He ain't showing up.
Paul Moody's not coming to PPW.
He doesn't love me. Yeah, no, he doesn't love me like he said he did.
Loser.
Oh, yeah, like I said, total respect for. We just had to announce it, and yeah, we know he was not happy about it, but he's handling it something like he should, and we totally respect.
Well, this fight's not over. Like this is not the thing that goes away. This is not two shits passing in the night. This is something that has to be postponed. Like there's beef here. Like, there's something that has to be solved, and neither Remedy or Ruben is going to forget about that. But in the meantime, like I said, you've got a revved up Ruben ready to go, and someone's got to step in there. And I don't know if anybody's got enough blood. It was going to take Remedy to keep Ruben at bay. So whoever comes in, I'll be praying for you. We know you do, big guy. We know you do. We want it for us. We can't wait to see you back. You'll be back. We know you will. Total respect for you. Ooh, I like this comment. Show the Ruben versus comment.
I was going to show, yeah.
Nastico any day of the week.
I have to remind y'all every time y'all talk about that guy.
Wait, this is the perfect opportunity for an unsanctioned match. You know, a match that just can't take place inside a promotion. Come on down, Nastico. We'll find a feel, and you and Ruben can just fight it out. And if you live, maybe Josh will let you come inside PPW, but you won't. So it won't matter.
It's not going to matter. And I just wanted to put this up there again, though. Yes, that's reassuring to everybody, and positive vibes to Remedy. Everything is all good, and
I'm telling y'all, if you haven't checked out Remedy's match versus Alex Colon, check out check out Remedy's profile. That match, that picture from his profile it's a great match. He was in the first ever Texas Deathmatch tournament from Heavy Metal, and Inspire put it on. It's a great match. Check it out.
See, why do y'all say his name? Because then he pops up.
Oh, I bet you won't say shit to Ruben. Dead to his face. I wish you would tell Ruben that shit. He won't say nothing. He can't be there because he's banned. He ain't coming. He's not allowed to PPW. I mean, I'm sorry. I know y'all want to see him get destroyed, but I don't want him anywhere near my town, much less in my building. You would know. Like it would we would just be standing there and it's just stench would come over the town. You bring Nastico's here.
Nastico's here, stink ass. But yeah, like I said, no negativity towards Remedy. No, and Ruben is he's ready to. He was all amped up, so he's going to be ready to just destroy. And we will make that match happen, though. It'll happen.
So we'll go ahead and segue into my news real quick before we bring Juan on, because it kind of speeds out of what we were just talking about with Ruben. Sure. But before we do that, make sure you get your tickets to Charlie's birthday. If you haven't got your tickets yet, come down.
Hey, that's $5.
The place to get it. Come down. Hotels down there are pretty reasonable rate, and a lot of us are staying there overnight. Come down, check out Charlie's birthday, get your tickets.
Save $5 if you buy them before Saturday.
Very true. You save $5 if you buy them pre-. Man, NASCAR, I got $20 if you show up and smack the shit out of Bradley. Paul, I got $20 if you show up and just shut the fuck up. If you come anywhere near me, Paul, and just don't talk, I will give you $20. Just kidding, Paul. I love you, buddy. Anyway, so we recently had an announcement out of heavy metal that I don't know what the fuck is going on. Dan the Man has been up there running things, doing things differently, and Aaron Mercer has been booked in a death match tomorrow against Ruben Steele. The good thing about this situation is Ruben is prepping for some big work. He was prepping for a PBW. He's prepping for Sickness Cup next week, which I'm going to go over in a few minutes. Man, Nazico, why you say pimp slap like it's 1996? Zip your starter jacket up, shut your mouth, and go back to school. But anyway, so the big news that I have for everyone next week, Southern Sickness Cup will be upon us. I unfortunately will not be with us next week. Too much stuff going on. Got to be prepping for that. But I will be on location at Southern Sickness Cup next weekend with Numero Uno. We are flying out there to support Ruben as he makes his Trainwreck Pro debut. A couple things I just want to talk about out of that show. It's a real big card. Those of you that are not familiar, Southern Sickness Cup itself is I pulled up the wrong graphic, so I'm going to type and talk at the same time.
Yep.
Trainwreck Pro runs the Southern Sickness Cup, and the Southern Sickness Cup is a tournament. It starts out with I think it's 12 or 16 people. It's a lot. As I get it pulled up, I'll get the graphic and I'll tell you. But it's a lot of really big names. The first person that was officially announced for the Southern Sickness Cup. Here we go. It's 24 guys actually matches outside of it. The first person announced for the Southern Sickness Cup was Ruben Steele. So there's a lot of big names. People we've even had on the show. John Wayne Murdoch is in the Southern Sickness Cup. Reed Bentley and Akira as well. But all the rejects are in it. But a really big shout out to Ruben making his debut in Sickness Cup. I personally think that Ruben is going to go a long way. But Southern Sickness Cup is very much like IWA style. Like their matches are very stipulated. Very much like the first match, I think it's like a Kenzan match. One of the matches is a 10,000 thumbtacks match. A lot of big names in it, but one that I want to shout out, one that I want to really call out. There's a four-way that's going to take place before Southern Sickness Cup begins, and that four-way contains an unknown competitor. It contains Satu Jin, which is one of the rejects, pretty big name there. It contains somebody else, I think it's JJ Allen. And the fourth competitor that I've not named yet is Texas's own Luchador Insane. That is right. It is a four-way match where the winner of this match gets a spot in the Southern Sickness Cup. So Luchador Insane could feasibly win this match and then immediately move over and face another competitor in the deathmatch tournament and go forward. So I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll miss you guys next week, but that is my part of the deathmatch news. We have some more deathmatch announcement, but I'm going to hold off on that. I'm going to let Juan announce it because it's actually part of his segment.
Cool. Well, let's bring him on in then.
Come on in, Numero Uno.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing today?
How are you, brother?
All right, buddy.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Cool.
So let's get to it because today I have quite a few things to cover. So just earlier today, it was announced by Heavy Metal that for their no ring deathmatch show, they just booked a match that just it takes a lot for me to get mind blown. But this match, when I saw one, like
I think I know what you're talking about.
Sadika versus Dan Maff in a no ring deathmatch.
Yep, I saw that.
Like I've seen Maff only on TV, and that dude goes hard. Like he's a huge motherfucker. He's buff, bald, biker type of look. And man, that guy is something else, and he's gonna go at it against the deathmatch diva Sadika. Hey, that's gonna be one crazy match. I wasn't expecting that match to be booked. Sadika was booked for ICW. She's debuting in June in New Jersey, and she's gonna wrestle. She has two matches. One is gonna be against another female, and then the other one is gonna be against John Wayne Murdoch for the ICW Deathmatch Championship. So that's gonna be crazy. Okay, let's step away from deathmatch for a minute to cover a little bit of the Nastico.
Ruben.
Fight yourself in a dead match. Let's see how it goes. Fight yourself in a dead match. Try, you know what, Nastico? Try to make it out of work without losing a finger.
Oh, shit.
And then we'll talk about a dead match.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Everybody, let's just all just take it easy here. Let's just relax, okay? It's getting serious.
Okay, so now let's go into some lucha. First of all, I want to give a shout out to Ninja Mac, who's going to be over in Mexico pretty soon. And he's going to be debuting for IWRG.
He was just at DCWA.
Wrestling companies in Mexico. And he's getting a rematch against Dragon Bane. They already wrestled once in a local, and now he's getting the rematch. But this time it's gonna be for the medium weight championship at IWRG.
Nice.
Great. Congratulations to Ninja Mac, who has been making moves.
Yep, he was, like I said, he just was here in Corpus last week. He worked the after hours against ASF.
You know, he deserves it. I've been knowing the guy for a while. A few years back already, and sometimes you just need to tweak your gimmick a little bit to, you know, if it didn't work before with something you had, you know, there's many more ways to trying things, and seems like this ninja gimmick really worked for him. You know, he's debuted for GCW, JCW this past weekend too.
Yep.
You know, that's really cool for the guy. You know, he deserves it. He's a hard worker and really nice person too.
Yeah, and he works hard at the shows. Like even before the match, he was the first one there set up, and everyone that walked through the door, he was talking to everybody.
Yeah,
like he wasn't waiting for nobody to come to him. Like he works hard.
He's really nice and a good worker.
Yep.
So this past Saturday, AAA had their yearly event, Rey de Reyes. King of Kings, and
yes, you should tweak your gimmick. Like you should just turn it off.
Yeah, like end it and leave wrestling. That'd be great. Okay, moving on.
You should change your gimmick to like a Monday to Friday 9 to 5,
and stick with it and try not to cut your fingers off. Yep, cool.
So we had AAA had the Rey de Reyes event. It's one of their 4 big shows of the year. And they had some interesting matches, but I'm just gonna go over the ones that made me, you know, want to watch the show. On the first match that I'm gonna mention, it was a 3-way with Taurus, Octagon Jr., and a surprise entrant. With the surprise entrant was Villano Tercero Jr., who came back to AAA after being away from there for a while, a few months. Taurus won that match. He's the new, if I'm not mistaken, the Latin American champion, the new champion. Yeah, Latin American. Okay, the next match, and this one, it gets interesting. There's a few things to mention on this match. So it was Fabi Apache, Lady Shani, Chica Tormenta, Lady Maravilla, Lady Flammer, and a surprise. That surprise was Sexy Star, but it wasn't the Sexy Star that we knew. It wasn't Sexy Dulce or Dulce Garcia. Some people know her, the MMA fighter. This is a new version of it. You know, AAA is being known to recycle gimmicks and give them to a new wrestlers or upcomers. And as an example of that, Pentagon Jr. You know, he's one of those because the Pentagon gimmick has been going on in Mexico for a long time.
Long time.
So this is kind of like the same situation. And Hija de Gatúbela, formerly known as Hija de Gatúbela, is now Sexy Star in AAA. So Fabi Apache won, and she's the champion, the Reina de Reinas. But after the match ended, Diana Purrazzo came out and challenged her
with the belt.
Title versus title match. So that that's gonna be something interesting to see. Who knows when they're gonna book it? Probably for probably their big show of the year,
Yeah.
the Triplemania. I don't know. I haven't heard any like exact details of when it will happen, but if I was to guess, that would be my guess. Now, the for the Rey de Reyes tournament, it was Tejano Jr., Murder Clown, Abismo Negro Jr., Hijo del Vikingo, Mysticis Jr., Aerostar, and Drago. And the last one was Laredo Kid. So, with all those names, most of those guys are like high flyers. They got some pretty crazy moves, crazy skills. So, this match was really good. And Laredo Kid took the victory home. So he's the 2021 Rey de Reyes. Now for the main event, it was supposed to be Pagano and Psycho Clown versus Chessman and Sam Adonis. Now this is where it gets a little weird or surprising because Sam Adonis was a former CMLL guy. Like a few years ago, he has been working the indies for the past what 2-3 years, and to see him work for AAA, it's not shocking, but it was surprising to see him there. Like I think it's one of those cool surprises you get. In my opinion, I like it. So they were having the match, whatever, regular match, and then all of a sudden, pickup truck comes close to the ring, full speed, and two guys get down from the truck and jump in the ring, start beating up Pagano and Psycho Clown, and then Chessman, thinking that they were gonna help him, he starts celebrating with Sam Adonis, and Sam Adonis play along with it for a little bit, but then they start beating up on Chessman too. When all the AAA people are on the floor, Nastico, just stop it, please. Don't try to put yourself over in this show. This is not your segment. This is my segment. If you want your own segment, go talk to Josh.
Yeah, good luck with that shit. But yeah, you could try.
Anyways, let's get back to the topic. So all the AAA guys were on the floor, and the two wrestlers that came out of the truck, they had black hoods or black masks. I'll fight you any day. Tell Josh to book it. That'll be the only. That'll be the only time you're gonna be allowed at PPW.
We'll see. That might be worth it.
Yeah.
I'll ref.
Nah, yeah. So they were they were wearing black hoods, so you couldn't really tell who they were, and they took their hoods off, and it was Puma King, the returning Puma King. He has been working with AAA for like the past 2 years, maybe, and the surprise was Diamante Azul, and I call it a surprise not really because it wasn't expected for him to show up, but it's more because it was known that the Diamante Azul gimmick belonged to CMLL. Like it was owned, the name was owned, the image was owned by them. So he showed up to AAA as Diamante Azul, and even like the commentators were confused. They're like, "Can we call him Diamante Azul, or like, what do we do?" They didn't know what was like the situation with it. So that was pretty cool that he showed up in there. And after they beat everybody up, they called it a no contest. And the guys, Sam Adonis, Puma King, and Diamante Azul, they said that they are forming a faction in AAA, and that faction, it's gonna be called La Empresa. So that's the newest thing, but that was not the only surprise of the night or the last surprise of the night. After they were done doing whatever, beating people up, Tama King introduces a video. They tell him to play a video. Well, in this video, guess who shows up? Andrade, formerly known as La Sombra. He shows
That's
up
all that.
and challenges none other than Kenny Omega for the Triple A Mega Campeonato at Triple Mania. Okay, so my take on that is, even though that will be a great match, I just hate when somebody comes into any promotion and just for the fuck of it, they decide to challenge the champion. Like, there's no story behind it. They're not building it up. It's gonna be cool to see the match, yes, but there's no story behind it, so it's kind of like a match for the fuck of it. But yeah, that's it in the lucha world for this week.
That was a big thing, though, that Kenny and Andrade. Like
It
that,
is. It is a big
that-
thing, and like I said, it's gonna be a great match. If it does happen, that's gonna be a great match. But I just hate the fact that he just showed up and
Yeah,
goes straight for the for the main champion. Like,
right off. Yeah,
yeah,
I get it. Cool, man.
yep. Thank you. I think that's it. It took me longer than usual. I don't usually have
It's all good.
this
Making
much
up for lost time.
information, but
Making up for lost time. You've been out for it's been a while, so gotta bring everybody back up to speed. All right, man. Well, appreciate you.
all
And
right.
we'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Yeah, that I knew we were gonna touch on that Andrade Kenny Omega, but it's interesting to kind of be frustrated about that point that he's just jumping straight into the main champion, where a lot of people here that only know him from WWE or don't think that that's a problem, but really it is a problem. It is kind of messed up. So that's a good point.
I mean,
But anyway, yeah. So now it's that time. We had mentioned we had a guest coming, and she is now here. So we will have her join the show now. Alejandra Lyon, or the Lion. How are you? Welcome to the pit.
how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm currently training right now, so I stepped out a little bit so I could talk to you guys. I'm
Getting ready.
hot in here. I'm like burning up. I don't know what the weather is where you guys are at, but it's hot in here.
Yeah, well, we're south of you, so yeah, it's hot. I'm in the valley almost.
Yeah.
So for those of our viewers that may not be familiar with you, where are you training out of right now?
DFW Pro here in the DFW area, Dallas Fort Worth area. So my trainer, Lamont Williams, Lou Gotti, them. Yeah. So this is where I'm currently at. Right?
Very cool.
Well, we've got a lively comment section tonight, and I know we got a few Dallas people in there already. So don't be surprised if you get a few shout outs or questions from the comment section.
But yeah, again, thank you for joining us, and we can just kind of start off how we kind of start off all these interviews, because we bring talent into the show, into the pit, to kind of like expand their fan base, or just let people know who you are in a bigger, broader thing, So we got to start from the beginning. We kind of just take it back to so we can get to know you, the person behind the gimmick, or the however you want to say it. Yeah. So I always like to find out. Why did you become a wrestler? Like, that's kind of the cheesy. Everybody asks that question, but it kind of starts our conversation, and we can go from there. Like, have you been a fan your whole life? Was it a family member that brought you into it? I mean, we've heard a lot of different stories.
Yeah, so as like many people, I used to watch it when I was a kid, and I always was a fan of professional wrestling. But I was not born in here in the United States. I was born in El Salvador, and unfortunately, wrestling in El Salvador is not very big. So when I was little and I used to watch it, and thinking and dreaming of becoming a wrestling was pretty much not an option, because of the lack of resources for the sport, or just pretty much like the resources for women to be in any sort of sports. It's very like small in El Salvador. So when I was little, I wanted to be a wrestler, but I quickly realized that wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
So later in life, when I was like about, I want to say 13 years old, like my family moved here to the United States, and I always watched it. But like I said, like I just had that almost like that mindset, like, oh, this is not something I can do until I was
okay.
an adult. Pretty much when I was like around, I want to say like 22, I got back to like heavily watching wrestling, and about when I was like around 24, 25, it became like 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 that dream. It was just like it it started back up, and I was like, I think I can do this. Like I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. And I did research it, and I found DFW Pro, and that's where I started training, and the rest is history. And now,
Here we are.
yeah.
Was there a certain talent that kind of like drew you in? Like, did you have a favorite, or was it just in general, just everybody match to match to match?
So I feel like the person that I looked up to when I was little, especially because I grew up like the Attitude Era,
Okay.
So definitely, I want to say China.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And that, like, I looked at her time, and I was just like, she's just like a badass. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And I still can't believe that she is the ninth wonder of the world. Was amazing in every way. And after that, like The Rock, Stone Cold Boston.
Yeah. The usual suspects, but yeah, there's always that one.
Yeah. For sure, just because like in the woman's aspect, and to me she was just like strong and beautiful and just amazing.
Yeah, she was a badass.
Yeah.
So knowing that you had people that you looked up to and that you admired in the sport, my question's very similar but a little bit different. Was there a specific style that you eyeballed as you were like starting to think, yeah, I want to be a wrestler? Like, were you thinking to yourself, I want to be this type of wrestler, or I want to be that type of wrestler? Was there a style, or were you just like head first into it?
Honestly, I feel like when I was watching wrestling, to me it was just like all of it was just amazing. So I feel like I wasn't really drawn to like in a specific style, because I just liked the sport in general. You know what I mean? So to me, every match is amazing. Every match is cool. When it comes to, like I said, like the very technical matches, to the style matches, to lucha, to even the hardcore matches. Sometimes I like it all. You know what I mean? But like I want to the style that I practice, American style. That's where I'm at.
So
cool.
one of our comments is one of our questions is, if you didn't become a wrestler, what would you have done? What would your occupation have been?
Oh, it's so hard to think of that, just because like I feel like I'm just so happy, and I don't imagine my life differently than what I'm doing. But I'll give you guys. I love ballet. Like I wanted to be a ballerina in life. So that was like another
very cool.
do. And I did before I was a wrestler, I did ballet. Like I used to dance, but wrestling was special. So probably if I did wrestling, I would be doing ballet.
That's pretty tough too. That's pretty hard work.
Oh, no,
so
what happened?
Oh, we still see you. Or you can hear us? I don't know.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Can you not hear us? You couldn't hear us. Dang it, she was a little choppy, so I was getting nervous. But I mean, we saw her, the picture clearly.
Well, the Lion was in the pit. She might be back. We're having some technical issues. That's pretty interesting, though. Like I think it's interesting that everybody's take. Like I've asked that question several times, and nobody ever like has a specific style in mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's back.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, we could still see you. We could hear you, but I guess you couldn't hear us.
Off, and it just cut the streaming. I'm back. I'm sorry.
It's okay. We could still hear you, but yeah.
Lucha and American style is where I'm at when it comes to wrestling.
Perfect.
I want to say.
And we someone just pointed out that you had a great match this weekend at Mission Pro, and we know how kind of we were former sponsors of Mission Pro, and PPW is a sponsor of Mission Pro.
Yeah.
And how big it is for an all women's promotion, with what Thunder Rosa and all of them have been doing. With how did it feel to be a because that was your debut, right? Or
Yeah.
had you worked? Yeah, that was your debut with Mission Pro.
Yeah. Mission Pro is a company that I've been wanting to work for a while. So getting the opportunity to perform for them, it's incredible because, like you said, it's an all women's promotion. It's not. I don't believe anyone else is doing that. You know what I mean? I feel like there's other women promotions, but not fully owned and operated by women.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So being part of something that special, it's almost undescribable. Like, you know what I mean? What Thunder Rosa and what everybody else is doing, for women's wrestling, and it's I feel like I'm in such a loss for words.
No, that's okay.
And incredible company to be part of because their message is just so strong and they're trying to help, so many women get out there and be seen and they help, build talent. So it's definitely, I'm just beyond thankful and grateful for the opportunity that I got, and I hope I can be back.
Yeah, for sure. So that was kind of leading me to my follow-up question was, so you were looking forward to being part of Mission Pro. Is there any, like, what other promotions are out there that you kind of like do you have like a list or a goal like of like where you want to be to work, like other places?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like everywhere. Like everyone always says everywhere, but I mean you gotta have like
I feel like yeah, it's just kind of hard because sometimes I feel like I'm still very much like in the moment. Sometimes like I don't believe that this is what I do and that I'm doing it. So to every company that I work for, it's almost like a dream come true, and it's a company that I always wanted to work with, it seems like. And I'm just very happy that I'm going to be making my debut like this Saturday for PPW. So I'm very excited about that. It's another company that I've been wanting to work for. How do I say? There's just so many. It's just kind of hard to pick.
Those that don't remember, she'll be going for the #1 contender spot for the PPW Women's Championships against Rochelle Chanel. Yep. So I just wanted to drop that little bit there.
Do you have like a list of like every company? And you're like, I'm just going to keep trying until I get them all scratched off. Like every Texas company, almost like a checklist. Like, got it.
Yeah, I actually do. There's a lot, and there's just so many coming up. And it's just kind of hard because right now, due to the pandemic, a lot of them are not like
running shows. Yeah.
Some of them are still not running. So, like I said, I'm very excited that I made my debut for Mission Pro. Now another one that I'm crossing off is gonna be this Saturday, PPW. So, and then what else? I feel like I have something else. I can't think.
So many. So if we can kind of we can narrow down the field. Everybody would, usually most independent wrestlers want to get signed, right? Like that's the goal. The ultimate goal is to be signed. And I'm pretty sure they would take a contract from any company probably. But if you had a choice of what company would offer you a contract, like if you could pick any major, which would it be? Because that's a lot easier to pick from. There's only like 4 or 5.
That is hard. Even at least in my case, I believe it's the reason why I have such a hard time even picking is because, like I said, I'm not from here, and I come from a place where women's wrestling, it's non-existent. I believe I'm the only women's wrestling, only female wrestler from El Salvador in the United States, and I believe in El Salvador. So
wow,
that's why I have such a hard time picking a company or putting something like that because, like I said, if I would have been in El Salvador, I would not probably be a wrestler. So I'm just grateful to be part of any company that wants to give me a shot.
For sure.
Or like I feel like I can pick. You know what I mean?
Sure. I mean, you wouldn't turn them down. Like you're not going to turn down anyone. It's just just wondering if there was just that one. Like someone puts a poster on their wall and like that's my goal or anything. But if it's all, that's cool. Just all take over the world, right? Like. You know what I mean? Like that's the goal.
I feel like every time I step into the ring, that's a goal already. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm still very much like in the dream, and it's like that's why it's just hard for me to pick, just because like I look at what I'm doing and where I am, and all these companies that I'm working for, and it's just I'm grateful to be in wrestling and in general, just because I knew, like, just like I said, being the only one from a whole country, not just like in El Salvador, but here in the United States as well. It's it's insane to me. So that's where I feel like I can't pick.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive though. When you're the one.
So is it intimidating? Is it intimidating that your debut match at PPW is a #1 contenders match? Like, it's your first outing and it's a big shot at a big title. Does that intimidate you or make you nervous at all?
It's not intimidating. It makes me a little nervous, but I trust my skill, I trust my training, and I trust what I can do in the ring. And I'm getting ready for it. I'm over here, currently training, trying to get ready for Saturday. So make sure I'm on, on the top of my game for Saturday. I wrestled him multiple times, but this is just a little bit different because we're fighting for a spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I'm like I said, I'm just a little nervous, but I trust my skills and what I can do in the ring and my abilities to wrestle. So.
And I'm assuming that y'all's history kind of puts you a little bit at ease with that too. Like, you've worked with her before, and I believe you just won a championship against her, didn't you? Not that long ago. The DFW or
last
what was
month,
it?
Yeah, DFW Pro Women's Championship. I won it. It was last month. And
Seems like it wasn't that long ago, but yeah, it's already been a month.
Yeah. So like me and Rashad just go way back, and because we've wrestled each other multiple times, we're constantly trying to bring something new and different to the table. So this is why both of our games are always like on edge, because it's like we know each other so well. Like, how are we going to like almost like each other? You know what I mean? Like, how are we to make sure, and you know what I mean? So it's interesting. Don't something to the ring.
Yeah, kind of wonder how it feels though, like, because you kind of been winning the last couple matchups. Like, she's going to be extra motivated, I think, maybe not only for the #1 contender shot, but like a little bit of revenge maybe too.
Yeah, she's
so it's going to be interesting.
Happy as well, and simply because who my manager is, but that's fine.
That's something else we can ask, is how's it going to feel? You're coming to a promotion where your manager is banned and not allowed. How does that change things? We can go there. It's like we have.
Oh wow!
He's banned. Yeah.
Banned. I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. Not everyone is a fan of Nastico, and I'm learning to that. Why, I don't know. Me and him have an amazing relationship. I've been winning every time, like ever since like I acquired as my manager. I've been winning. I'm not too nervous that he's not gonna be there. You know what I mean? Because prior to joining the DFW cartel and having Nascom as manager, I was still, whooping ass. So I'm not afraid.
Nothing changes just because you get a new manager.
Huh?
I said nothing changes just because you get a new manager. It's still business as usual for you.
Corner makes just a little bit easier for me. That's about it. But I don't understand. Like, why is
he what? Why is he banned?
Yeah.
Oh, he's awful. Nastico is absolutely the worst.
Yeah, he's absolutely the worst. Yeah.
He's a great person. He's the best manager.
Okay, think about this. Nastico was in our comment section nonstop until you got in, and then he left.
Yeah, that's not very supportive.
Doesn't sound like a great manager to me.
He knows I can handle an interview.
That's
what I mean?
right.
He's not busy. He's a busy
respect
to do. It's fine. It's okay.
I just would have expected him to be here bragging about his recent acquisition into the cartel, but I guess he didn't care.
A champion of his.
Right.
Champion.
He knows I can stand on my 2 feet. He's just, he's
worst.
probably. I'm not
he's here. He says he is here.
I told you, he just needed a second. He's back.
He ain't coming to FT. That's why he's banned. He says FPPW. So you're like, why would I want him anywhere near my company?
Why wouldn't you? He's the best manager.
He's not. He's really bad.
Somebody
He's really
like,
bad.
who doesn't want Nastico in their corner? I think like people are so jealous of how popular he is and how amazing, and he helps people win.
Well,
every time Nastico's in my corner, I think I won.
There was a really good picture of Nastico I saw. I think it was from his most recent show. It was like T-Ray, Prince Adam, and somebody else. Nastico was on the mat, out cold, and they were
that was great.
Like that was a good picture. I was surprised Nastico was asleep for it, but anyway, this interview is not about Nastico.
Yeah.
But
because obviously we don't hold that against you, or we wouldn't have had you in. You know, we don't hold that against you, so we can move on.
That's because you guys are hating on him. I need like actual reasons why you guys don't like him.
It's the only gimmick we got at this point. It's just it's the only gimmick that Nastico gives us time for is the anti-Nastico gimmick. If he wasn't here, we would be talking about way more productive things. Everybody would be having a better time.
Maybe, I don't know, bring him in.
Our show's not long enough to explain why I don't like
him. Bring him in the pit, Josh.
Yeah, bring him in.
That's an idea.
What?
That's an idea. He was in the pit one time. He was in the pit.
I know.
Face to face, kind
of. Speaking of which, your manager of all people would like to know what the name of your finisher is.
He said he don't even know the name of your move. How is he the best manager? I don't even have to give reasons. He just has to be himself, and it explains it all.
No, it's okay because I just got a new finisher, which is why. But what is my? I haven't named my finisher yet, but it's
A manager could help you with that if they were any good. I'm just saying.
You know what? I'm not asking for his help. Now I will. Thank you for the idea.
You're welcome.
Help me come up with a good name for my finisher. I didn't think of that before. Thank you. You're like you gave me that totally like.
Yeah, because
we like to help out in the pit. You know, we try.
Look,
we're here to help. We're here to help.
Nastico's got a great name. I never thought about asking Nastico for that, but now I am, and I know he'll name my finisher.
I apologize ahead of time for how bad it's going to be, but anyway, we can move on. Get this interview back about you and not about him.
Okay.
Kind of got me shook a little bit.
I was going to ask the question. Throughout everyone's career, I feel like you end up with a favorite accomplishment. What's the thing that you've done so far that you would say I'm the most proud of that in my wrestling career?
Oh my! I'm telling you, I'm just like in the moment of like. So one of the things that I want to say I'm the proudest is I never thought, you know, as a woman's wrestler, like a woman wrestler, the impact that I can have in like on little girls. You know what I mean? I just never thought that little girls will, I was a person that, children, especially little girls, will look up to. You know what I mean? And the fact that I reached that level where I'm inspiring little girls to pursue their dreams, it's perhaps the proudest thing I've done. I want to say almost like in life, because I never, like I said, because I never thought that I was going to be a professional wrestler. The fact that I am one, it's an accomplishment on itself. But the fact that I'm inspiring young girls to believe in themselves and pursue their dreams, that's just, to me, that is, I almost get choked up thinking about it, but
that's awesome though.
It's just amazing. It's just an amazing feeling.
That's a really good answer.
That's a great answer. And that's something to be very proud about. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times you'll say, "Oh, I won this title," or "Oh, this match, this whatever." But like that's a really genuine answer. Like I made it. People look up to me. Like that's really cool. I think it speaks a lot to a person's drive and their ethic and where they're coming from. Wrestling needs more people like that, I think.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's a great time to start putting the bow on this. And so here in the pit, we we always end our talent segment with a go home segment, and myself and numero dos do kind of like a rapid fire 20 questions, mostly nothing to do with wrestling, and they're short answers, so you have like 5 seconds or so to answer them, and we go back and forth, and we call it the go home segment. So Alejandra Lyon, are you ready to go home?
I guess I am. We'll see if I am.
We'll find out.
All right. How many hot dogs can you eat at one time?
2.
Okay.
If you could only listen to one musician or group for the rest of your life, who would it be?
Eminem.
Nice.
Where is somewhere that you've been that you never want to go again?
I don't know.
That's answer.
Nice. You're enjoying everywhere you go.
I know. Great. You've been to great places. Would you rather be a reverse centaur or a reverse mermaid?
I don't know what that means.
Like
Reverse.
a fish with human legs or a horse with human legs?
A horse with human legs?
Like the opposite. Like a centaur is a horse with a human as the head. So it'd be the opposite. It'd be a horse with human legs, or a mermaid top, like a fish top with a human body.
Those are weird. I don't know.
That's how we do in the pit. we get in the brain.
Shoes or sandals?
Shoes.
If you could only yell or sing the words you spoke, which would you choose?
If what?
If you could only yell or sing all the words that you speak, which would you choose? To yell or sing?
Scream. Or yell.
Yell. Got it.
What was your favorite cartoon growing up?
Pokemon.
Nice.
Cats or dogs?
Both.
Nice.
All animals.
There you go.
What's your favorite song?
Oh my God, that's a hard one.
It can be your favorite song right now, even.
Try Everything by Shakira.
Nice, Shakira. I love her so much. If you were able to fly, but only as fast as you could walk, would you ever fly?
No. I'll be a slow flyer.
It'd be like awkward.
Do you remember your first grade teacher?
My first grade? No, I don't.
Oh, wow.
Me neither. Favorite way to waste time besides talking to Nastico?
Favorite what?
Favorite way to waste time, like just to kill time.
Eat Doritos.
Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
I don't even know the difference. What was your favorite thing to do when you were 8?
Probably pick fights in school.
Nice. The last time you lost your keys, where did you find them?
So I basically lost my keys at the gym earlier today.
Nice.
And I put them aside, went and did my workout, and then I realized I went back and got them.
What old person thing do you do?
I love doing Sudoku puzzles.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
When you put your socks and shoes on, do you put them on sock, shoe, or do you put your socks on and then your shoes on?
Socks first and then shoes.
Okay.
Nice. So you're not a psycho. That's great. If you were in the witness protection program, what would your new name be and where would you go?
If I was in what?
The witness protection program? You get a new name and a new location. What would it be?
Leah.
And where would you go?
I
always sneak in these two-parters.
Norway.
It's my show. Yep. Nice. Norway.
What time is bedtime?
For me, like 4 in the morning.
Wow.
I wake up.
I don't even think that when I stayed up late, it was there. I think my max bedtime, like average, like 3.
Yeah.
Now it's 11, but
I keep pushing it. It's like 4 or 5 sometimes. I don't know. I'm a night person.
And the final question, it's always the same. The first 19 are random. The 20th question is always the same. It's kind of what we're known about here. And some people get it right, some people get it wrong. There is a right answer, there's a wrong answer. You'll see the reaction based on your answer. What our thoughts are, because we do not agree. Do pineapples go on pizza?
No.
Yes.
I like pineapples. I don't eat pineapples, so no, it doesn't go on pizza, and I love pizza. So yeah, no.
Well, I'm not surprised. She selected Nastico as her manager. We know that her taste is a tad bit off.
I'm not holding that against her now because she made the right choice because pineapple does not go on pizza. So that was a great choice.
Pineapple, so it does not belong on pizza.
Ah.
Boom. Catching up. I think I was falling behind, so I think I'm starting to catch up now. With these,
no, you're still way behind. It's like 5-20.
Oh, come on. It's like Alejandra, thank you so much for joining us. We'll let you get back to training. We're looking forward to seeing you Saturday. Debut at PPW for the #1 contenders shot to go up against Maddie, depending if she, is successful with her open challenge, because she's not getting the day off. So whoever the champion might be, the #1, that's the spot you're going for. Good luck.
Yeah.
And we'll see you then.
Thank you. Guys, bye.
Oh, first, before you go though, let everybody know your social media, like where to find you.
Oh yeah, call out your social media.
Right. Real quick.
So all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, is you can find me by just honestly typing Alejandra Lyon, and that's on pretty much like on all social media. It's pretty easy and simple.
Perfect.
Alejandra Lyon, all social media.
Make sure you follow her on all the socials: Insta, Twitter, Facebook, Etsy, whatever. If she's on it, give her a follow.
Thank you so much again. We'll see you soon.
I see you Saturday.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Man. Things are heating up as we move into PPW. Charlie's birthday this weekend.
He's sneaking behind me.
Huh? What?
Speaking of Charlie.
Hello.
Are you ready for your birthday this weekend, Charlie? You ready for the bash?
Of course I am. What kind of question is that?
It's a silly question, apparently.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're starting to get heat between Numero Dos and Charlie.
Hey, it's happened a time or two. I've known to get heat.
Right, we're wrapping up the show.
Okay, bye.
Oh, nasty go.
Well,
Charlie,
that's another one in the books for us.
Happy early birthday. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Another one in the books. That's right. They just run it again. We got PPW this Saturday. Get your tickets. Save that $5 because I will charge you extra $5 at the door just because you didn't listen to me. It's $20. Gets you in. Sees all the matches that we talked about. We got South Texas WrestleFest Championship on the line. We will be crowning our first ever Mosh Chingon champion. We will have a #1 contenders match for the PPW women's title. Main event, PPW championship on the line. Chandler Hopkins, Barrett Brown. You got to be there. You got to be there. You got to be there.
48 hours from now, we're going to be in the middle of the birthday bash. Make sure y'all make it down there.
Appreciate y'all. Numero Dos. Everybody, we're out. See you.
Later.